The only English language debate to feature all 6 federal party leaders devolved last night into crosstalk and mudslinging as the leaders tried to break the impasse in voting intentions that has persisted through 3 weeks of campaigning. As the incumbent Prime Minister, Liberal leader Justin Trudeau inevitably bore the brunt of the attacks, with the sharpest coming from Conservative leader Andrew Scheer, who called him a phony and a fraud. But the format of the debate and the sheer number of leaders on stage made substantive debate on policies difficult, and with leaders talking over one another, often impossible to hear. After a set to between Trudeau and Scheer over who has the better climate change policy, the NDP's Jagmeet Singh told viewers they don't have to choose Mr. Delay or Mr. Deny. The Green Party's Elizabeth May framed the choice differently. She said, "At this point, Mr. Scheer, with all due respect, you're not going to be Prime Minister." She predicted that Trudeau's Liberals will win at least a minority government. So, quoting her, "Voting for Green MPs is your very best guarantee, Canada, that you don't get the government you least want." Maxime Bernier took the opportunity to defend his fledgling party against accusations that it is far-right and anti-immigration. He insisted he's proud of Canada's diversity, but argued we don't need legislation like the Multiculturalism Act to tell us who we are. Yves-François Blanchet, whose separatist Bloc Québécois is running candidates only in Quebec, used the debate to defend Quebec's secularism law, which bans certain public servants, including teachers and police, from wearing religious symbols, and to argue that Quebec doesn't need federal politicians telling them what to do or not to do about its own values. Christmas is a few short months away, and this year the cheer may be dampened somewhat in the Soo. The Christmas Cheer program turns 50 this year, and they find themselves in need of a home for their collection and packing process, which they hope to start in the middle of November. Christmas Cheer convener Diane Marshall joked during last night's council meeting that she is sure she's been seen on a number of surveillance cameras in the city. She's been looking in windows of empty locations on the hunt for a place to call home. The some $100,000 operation, funded entirely by the Santa Claus Fund, serves 16,000 to 18,000 families across the Algoma region and sees a large number of what Marshall calls Santa's senior elves, retirees that volunteer their time. Marshall said because this is such a large operation, they're in need of a building approximately 8 to 10,000 square feet. Previously, Christmas Cheer has been housed in abandoned grocery stores, schools, and warehouses. Last year, it was in the old Sears building, which is currently unavailable due to housing Spirit Halloween. Marshall said she hopes that in the future, Christmas Cheer will partner up with Harvest Algoma. But at the moment, they need funding to construct a building on the Harvest Algoma property. Police arrested 18 of the protesters who blocked the Macdonald Bridge between Halifax and Dartmouth. Activists with the Extinction Rebellion movement blocked roads and staged demonstrations in big cities around the globe yesterday, part of a wide-ranging series of protests demanding much more urgent action against climate change.
Do you know what necessity is the thing that brought me here today? I'm just really fearful for the future of our planet, and I'm also hopeful. You know, human beings have risen together and have come together in the past to face tremendous challenges, and I think we can do that again. We do know that in the wake of the April Extinction Rebellion action in London, the UK, in the wake of that, the Conservative UK government declared a climate emergency. So there is some action, and of course declaring a climate emergency is simply the first step, but it has proven effective in the past in other places, so we'll see how we go.
City Council voted in favor of allowing companies who meet specific licensing criteria to operate ride-sharing programs within the Soo. At City Council last night, City Solicitor Karen Fields explained now that the bylaw has passed, a rideshare program could come to the Soo as soon as a couple of months, pending express of interest from a company and licensing through Sault Ste. Marie Police Service. Fields said one company, U-Ride, has expressed interest to her so far. Company owner Cody Roberto is hoping to expand into the Soo after expanding from Thunder Bay to Chatham-Kent, North Bay, Sudbury, and Winnipeg. Fields was unable to answer questions with regards to safety matters such as how long a driver can work consecutively or if winter tires are a requirement, but said these concerns will be addressed as the process unfolds. Fields did say, however, that vehicle inspections will be required, drivers must have proof of insurance, will need criminal records checks, and will have to pay licensing fees. Rideshare programs work through smartphone apps, allowing riders to order and track their driver from their device. For safety purposes, riders can only connect through that app, which gives them a quote and allows the driver to alert their arrival, eliminating the risk of somebody getting into the wrong vehicle. Riders can only pay through a credit card linked to the app and will receive a receipt via email after the ride. Police say a 14-year-old boy has died following an alleged assault outside a high school in Hamilton, and investigators say it happened in front of the boy's mother. Police told reporters during a news conference at the scene last night that 3 suspects had been arrested and police are searching still for 2 others, and that some of the suspects may have been students at the school. The attack was captured on video, police said, and they urged the remaining suspects who weren't in custody to turn themselves in because they would be caught. Detective Sergeant Steve Bereziuk said there was a relationship between the boy and the suspects, but he didn't know the extent of it. No weapon has been recovered, and police urged people in the area to keep an eye out for a knife on their properties, adding that people shouldn't touch it.